Hello everyone, thank you again for joining us on another beautiful day. I'm Julie Heinrich, Marketing and Business Development Manager for CTSI, and I am so excited and honored to be joined by Judge Ballew from Oldham County. And today we're just going to be talking about IT, but also, in particular county government and, how that plays into all of that, and then just learn more about the lovely Judge. So, Judge, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. So if you would just real quick tell me a little bit background and
background, I spent roughly 10 years in a corporate platform as a director of operations. I then spent the next 18 years in law enforcement, and I've spent the last 4 years, roughly 4 years, going on 4 years, as the county judge in Oldham County.
Very nice. So were you born in Oldham County or?
No, I was not. I was born in the Panhandle.
Okay.
Grew up there. After I graduated, moved to the Metroplex of Dallas and worked for a corporation that was based out of Minnesota. Spent most of my corporate career in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, and then moved back, got into law enforcement. My entire law enforcement career, as well as my career as a judge, have been spent in Oldham County.
Okay. So what kind of drew you to law enforcement and making that shift from the corporate world to that?
I went through 3 corporate restructurings and chose not to have to experience that again in my life. And just had an opportunity in law enforcement. Have a family history of law enforcement, and so it was a good career move for me. And then that brought me into understanding and knowledge of county government. And I just transitioned from that into running for a county judge position, and have been doing that since.
Yeah. So what would you say kind of your day-to-day is like now being a judge? And I'm sure law enforcement was different every day, but
Sure. From the judge's standpoint, really it's a lot. In a lot of ways it's familiar with a corporate structure, because the county has different departments, whether it be the clerk's office, the tax assessor collector, the JP, the sheriff's office. So it's almost like a corporate structure with different divisions. And so the experience I had in the corporate world definitely helped me in the judge's position. And so every day is different. You don't know what you're going to be dealing with in helping each department within the county. And there's not anything within the county structure that isn't touched or affected by IT services in some way. So.
Yeah, so can we talk maybe a little bit more about that, as far as, you're talking about IT and just technology in general. Have you seen that become even more important, in county government and how you operate and day-to-day?
Sure. From a county government standpoint, we don't differ from the corporate world. We don't have a product that we're selling or a service that, and I guess really we are service oriented, because all we do is serve the community. And so everything that we deal with has to do with data. It has to do with either the security of it, the storage of it, the access of it. And so from the IT perspective, it's very important for us at every level to ensure that we have access to the things that we need to have access to ensure that the information that we store is stored securely, so that the PII information is not released. And because of society's drive to access and be able to obtain that data, you bring into your email services, your applications, your third-party providers that allow people to gain access to that. And so there's a big dynamic of pieces that you have to ensure that the security in those are sufficient to protect the general public.
Yes, absolutely. So what have you seen a lot of challenges, or maybe some other county governments that, because I know you guys, y'all do conferences and things, and there's a lot of knowledge sharing, is maybe some challenges that you face.
Sure.
What have been some big ones you've seen come up?
Really the biggest one for us is whenever I took over, the IT aspect of it, the security aspect of it, was probably very lacking. We were all over the place. Didn't have anything that was really quote unquote secure or we didn't have the knowledge or the availability to ensure that it was secured. And so we had to make a decision between going two directions: either develop an IT department within the county, or to find a partner to help us get to where we needed to get. And so this process has taken us almost 4 years now. But the great thing about it is, and I think one of the negative aspects is people don't know where to start. They don't understand a lot of the IT platform. They don't understand the security aspects of it, and so they get overwhelmed. And so we had to start somewhere. We started our walk with CTSI, and that walk started out small. We're a small county, and we've been able to build that over the years to where we're every year getting closer to having a more secure environment that we operate within.
Yes, well, and I know, for us, we've appreciated the partnership and have really enjoyed kind of having this journey with you guys, because we run into that too, where that's usually, like you said, it's usually the kind of, I just don't know where to start.
Yes.
And it can be overwhelming, it can be daunting. And so I know for us, it's been, just a huge blessing and a wonderful journey for us to kind of walk you guys through this and get you to where you need to be. And it's evolving all the time.
Absolutely.
As well. So it's,
absolutely.
I almost hesitate saying get you where you need to be, because that might change tomorrow.
Absolutely. And the big key to it is the liability is always there. Mm-hmm. And so as an organization or as a county or as a business, you're trying to limit that liability. You're never going to eliminate the liability, but you have this balance between funding and finance and your exposure. And so you have to make a determination as far as where you're going to be in that whole walk. And sometimes where you want to be and where you can be are two different things. And so you have to look at that at a continual basis and build on your structure and your IT and your security aspects of things, to where each year you get closer to getting to that point of lessening that liability year by year as you go.
Yes. And that's one of the things that we talk about a lot, is doing those yearly kind of assessments and seeing where are you at, and are there things that need to change based off of the things that have happened in the industry and in the world.
Sure.
And maybe even regulations. I know you guys have to deal with that all the time, and so
Yes.
we're coming up on our October event as well. So I know you've
Absolutely.
been there a couple of years, and definitely appreciate that. But that's focused on cybersecurity, because that changes all the time.
Yes.
So
yes.
Looking forward to having you there. And
Absolutely. I'm
anything you look forward to, or I guess that you have learned from our events?
Every event that I've went to, the interesting thing about it is a lot of the topics that are discussed there are forward-thinking topics. Mm-hmm. And so there's things that are discussed and hit on that are things that historically have proven to be issues that we have to address, whether that be PII information, whether it be email security, whatever it is. It's great information to obtain to be able to get a good foundation of what other pieces do I need to look at, what other things do I need to take into consideration that are potentially security issues or potentially operational issues within your IT system. So it always seems like that those are one step ahead of where we need to go. So it lays that foundation and framework for individuals to be able to start looking and taking into consideration what they need to be considering in pieces of their system.
Mm-hmm. Well, and that's definitely the goal, and the goal is to always educate. We feel that the more that you know, the more that you can protect yourself, your organization, and we take a stance of we don't want you to be in the dark or not have any idea of what's going on or what could possibly affect you. So
for sure,
definitely that's something that's been important to us from the beginning of doing these events, and always look forward to having you.
Absolutely.
Is there any other thing or anything else that you wanted to talk about from just county government, or just anything from technology? Or
I think in general the biggest message that when it comes to IT, or whenever it comes to security, or it comes to whether you have your own in-house people or a third-party organization, is we're in a place where you just have to start somewhere, start small and build from that, but at least start. You may not have the understanding, but as you start that process, then the knowledge and understanding comes. And so my suggestion to anybody would be, wherever you're at, just start today with something. And then that gives you the foundation, the building block to develop the system you need to better serve your organization or the people that your organization serves.
Yes. Great words of wisdom. I love it. Well, I want to thank you again so much for being here and, being part of this, and just for the partnership. It's something that, we're 100% grateful for, and we wouldn't be able to do what we do without the support of organizations like yours and counties like yours, and for what you guys do for your community too. Like, I know it's very important to you, and I can just tell that you want to make sure that you're putting them in the best position. So appreciate your service.
Absolutely. Thank you. We appreciate CTSI.
Yes, absolutely. All right. Well, that's it for this week. Thank you guys again for joining us. Thank you again, Judge Ballew, for being our distinguished guest. And we've had a wonderful time and a wonderful chat. So we'll talk to you next time. If there's ever anything that you guys want to learn or hear about, please comment, let us know. We want to make sure that we educate you on anything you want to know regarding IT and just how you can put yourself in a better position. Thank you again. I'm Julie Heinrich, and I'm all about it. See you next time.